I will gouge your eyeballs out. The channel is 1 year old today. It's telling me that I should make videos tapping on things, knife type, dagger-esque-ness to them. If they wanted me to scratch them, I would absolutely do it. A focus on scratching a boy at school. It was just very claw-like. I've got weapons and I will use them. That is so good. Well, hello. Today we are celebrating our birthday. The channel is 1 year old today. I posted my first video on the 21st of November last year, and I wanted to do just a little extra video a year later where I guess I want to talk about maybe the story of why I started the channel and the journey that it's been on and some things that have happened along the way. I'm going to pour myself a drink. I have some ice that has melted because it took me so long to set up what I was doing here. It's almost winter. It's kind of winter already in England, and in winter we drink Baileys. I've been enjoying Baileys virtually with a friend of mine on here, and that's been really nice. So I will enjoy a glass with you guys as well as we chat. Cheers. I asked on Instagram for some questions, and as always I was surprised how many people respond to those things. There were a bunch of questions that I cannot answer on YouTube. They are not YouTube friendly. You know who you are asking those questions, but a lot of them were nice, good questions. So I haven't double checked this, but I think the first video that I posted was a Scrabble tile organising video. I'm pretty sure that was the first one. I hope it was. I'll put a link to it here. It looked like this. And funnily enough, I had wanted to make an ASMR video like that for a long time, and probably in about 2016 or 2017 I did actually film a video of me arranging the Scrabble tiles. It wasn't nails based, it was just more relaxation ASMR based, and I filmed it and then I never did anything with it. And that was, yeah, like 8 years ago now. I don't think I have any record of that because I'm pretty sure I would have just kept it for a few weeks and deleted it. But it existed for a short time. And then when I decided I was going to do the nails based channel, I thought that would be a good one to start with because it's so hand based. So the reason that I started my channel was my sister telling me that I should make videos tapping on things because people find it relaxing. And I'd been a huge consumer of ASMR for a really long time at this point, and I'd never made the link between my having long nails and being able to make videos that people might find relaxing. I'm not big on tapping myself. Tapping, when I see other people do it, it doesn't bring me any kind of ASMR trigger or relaxation or anything. So I really had to try and get into the mind of someone who might enjoy it. So it was my sister's idea that I start it, and I thought on it for weeks and weeks. And one day I just filmed a bunch of videos, probably about the first 3 videos I filmed in one go. I just changed my top. And that is so good. And then one day I thought I didn't have anything to do. I'm pretty sure it was a Tuesday. And I thought I just need to post those videos. It doesn't matter if nothing comes of them. Just post them, just put them out there and forget about it. So when I sat down to do it, and I thought, okay, but I don't have a channel name. And so I thought, right, well, I won't do it today then. I'll sit and think of a good channel name, because I'm quite creative in that sense, in that I would have quite enjoyed coming up with a clever channel name. And then I told myself off and I said, no, you post it today. Just call it anything. And in the Scrabble video, I'd made the words long nails ASMR kind of just randomly, because I was saying what I was doing. I wasn't necessarily planning on naming my channel that, but I made myself post the video that day. So I needed a channel name and I had no time to think of anything creative. So that's why the channel name is called quite a boring name, but it does what it says on the tin. It says what it does. It does what it says on the tin, at least. Can you get Baileys everywhere in the world? I know you can get it in America. I have to be careful, actually. I can't have too much dairy. So that was the story of how I started. At this point, I had no idea that nail fetishism was a thing, or that people who liked long nails in the way that they do existed. And a few videos in, I was getting comments saying, do you have an Instagram? Or you should start an Instagram. And I replied to those comments saying, what on earth would I post on an Instagram? I had no idea. I had never planned on starting an Instagram. So when I looked into it and I saw there were other long nail girls posting just photos and videos on Instagram, I thought, okay, I suppose I can have this on the side as well, but I didn't really know what I was doing. So I started the Instagram a month later, and I never planned on showing my face necessarily, not because I was shy, but just because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I wasn't ready to put my face to it. Putting your face to it makes it very real life, and I wasn't sure I wanted to do that right from the beginning. But then slowly on Instagram, I would post stories of a picture of my face with my nails, and I sort of got a bit more confident with it. So I filmed some videos with my face in, but the problem with that is that the camera doesn't focus on my nails, it focuses on my face. So that's why a lot of the time I still make videos with my face not in, because it allows the camera to focus on my nails, which is the whole point. I also had to kind of change the angle of the channel, because I had started it for ASMR, relaxation, didn't know that nail fetishism, didn't know that nail admiration was a thing. And so I've tried to kind of incorporate both. I'm very much towing the line between an ASMR channel and a long nail content channel. So I kind of try to do both, and I don't know, maybe I should just pick a side, but I quite enjoy both sides of it, to be honest. Probably my more natural way to go would be just to make ASMR, but I do feel now like I've sort of got into the heads of the people that enjoy long nails as well, and so I can make content that they like that still has a relaxation element to it. My goal was always to run the channel for about 6 months and just see what happened. When I first started, I really hit the ground running, and I was posting a video every other day for the first 3 months, up until February, I think. Yeah, I was posting a video every other day. I don't know how I did that. Over the Christmas holidays, over the kids' school holidays, when I couldn't film. Anyway, I had said to myself, I'll do 6 months, and my aim was always to monetize this channel. I wasn't interested in selling nail content. Well, I didn't know that was a thing to start with, but I never liked the idea that I would take money from people who wanted to see my nails, if you know what I mean. Whereas monetizing the YouTube felt much easier for me because there was the disconnect between the consumer and me, and it was just YouTube or YouTube advertisers paying to put ads on my videos. So after 6 months I was able to monetize, although there was a bit of a bump in the road there, so it actually took a little bit longer, but I was able to monetize it. And so I thought, well, I'll just keep going at this point. I started telling people in my life that I was doing it, and they found it so interesting. Sorry, I just had such a sneezing fit. I have this unknown allergy where I'm allergic to something and I don't know what it is. Anyway, I started telling people in my life that I was doing it, and starting to feel, I guess, maybe a little bit proud of what I was doing, because it was getting attention and people were liking it. So at that point I didn't mind sharing it with other people. Then I started reposting some of the YouTube videos on TikTok, and they would get a few thousand views, which is not very much for TikTok. But I kept going with that because it didn't require any effort. I was able to just, because I film vertical, I was able to just sort of snip the video down a bit and post it on TikTok, and I didn't really need to put any effort into that. And then a few months ago, I don't remember when it was, one of the videos that did fine on YouTube, it didn't do anything special, it went crazy on TikTok and it's at over 4 million views now. And since then my follower count just went up and up, and I'm still only reposting what I put on YouTube. So it's crazy really, but I'm almost at the point where I can monetize the TikTok account as well. And that will be cool because I do put a lot of time into these videos. I'm posting twice a week, and I do quite like the idea of getting a little bit of something for it that isn't coming from the people watching it, it's coming from the big corporations, and I feel fine about taking some of their money. It's interesting how different the audience is on TikTok. On YouTube and Instagram, I don't think anyone's ever made a comment about how my nails are all different lengths, but TikTok seems to really dislike the fact that they're all different lengths. I get that comment all the time. Why are they different lengths? And I never have it on my YouTube videos. I think the difference with TikTok is they are pushing your videos out to people who don't necessarily want to see it, whereas on YouTube you're looking at the thumbnail of a video and deciding if you want to watch it. And if you don't want to watch it, you don't press it, whereas TikTok will just bring a video up for you to look at. So I did set up a question box on Instagram the other day for questions or topics that people thought I should cover. And a lot of the questions, the answers will be very similar to either things I've talked about before in videos or questions that I answered in the 6-month Q&A, which I'll put a link to, I'll try and remember. So I will be repeating myself, and rather than just saying, oh, I've said this before, but all the time, I'll just repeat myself. So let's have a look and see. What does your partner think of your nails, or do they have a preference? Or do they have no preference either way? I have barely even met anyone in real life who found any interest whatsoever in my nails, let alone had a partner who liked nails. So the answer to that is easy. I've never had a partner that was into nails or liked them, or liked being scratched or anything like that. And that ties into a question from someone else actually that I was asked. Asking, would I prefer a partner who liked nails or one that wouldn't? And the thing with that question is, what I have learned about the hardcore nail fetish people is that they have almost an addiction, and seeing nails in a certain way is kind of like a fix for them. So I don't think I would want a partner who was a hardcore nail fetish person, because they would never be satisfied. They would still always be looking for someone with longer nails, or they would still be looking online. That's my belief anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. What I've also learned though is that a lot of the people who follow my account and follow my channel are not wouldn't call themselves nail fetishists. I don't even know if that's a word. Fetish. They're not interested in the nail fetishism in that sense. They actually just like the look of long nails. They find them beautiful. It's just like another part of a woman that they find attractive. And I think that's quite different to a nail fetish. I think that is just, I would call them more nail admirers, and I would have no problem going out with someone that admired my nails in that way, because it would just be another way for them to make me feel beautiful, I guess, something they could compliment me on. That would be nice. And also they would maybe do jobs around the house that would save my nails from breaking. So that could be quite helpful. Do you really have children, if you don't mind me asking? I do both have children and really have children, yes. I have a boy and a girl, and they're probably older than you think. How long will you grow them, and will you ever switch to stiletto? Stiletto is the only other shape that I quite like how it looks, but I don't think it would work for me. I would definitely make them more almond shape, but I think the reality of having stiletto nails just wouldn't work for my lifestyle. But I do think it looks super cool on other people. How long will I grow them? I will just leave them growing always. My nails never get ridiculously long to the point that I'm, they're never out here and I'm struggling to dress myself or anything. They just break before that. So as long as that doesn't happen, and I don't think it will, I would always just leave them to grow, just as long as they get. What do your kids think? Okay, so before I started this channel or any form of posting my nails, my children they didn't care. I was just their mum and I had long nails. I'd always had long nails. They probably noticed that other people didn't have long nails, but they didn't think anything in particular about the fact that I did. I would honestly say it never got mentioned, apart from perhaps if there was something I couldn't do because my nails were too long, like pressing a button or something. One of them might say, oh, mummy can't do that, her nails are too long. But it was never brought up as a topic of conversation. Now, because they know I make these videos and they know I post online, they're a little bit more tuned into it. And yeah, they will sort of look at them sometimes and compare their own nails to them. Sometimes my daughter likes to grow hers kind of long, but she's sporty and she prioritizes that over having long nails. So they'll get a bit long and then she'll cut them. But I think now they just think it's kind of cool that I had a viral video on TikTok and that I have subscribers on YouTube. My son loves YouTube, so he thinks his mum is a YouTuber, so that's pretty cool. But in that sense, probably that's the only way they're interested in my nails. How would you react if someone asked you to show them your nails or let them touch them? This has happened only one time. Someone asked to touch my nails and I was fine with it. It was a woman in a supermarket and we were at the self-checkout and I was at one and she was at one next to me, and she noticed, she was with someone, but she noticed my nails and she said, "Wow, your nails are beautiful." And I never really know what to say, but I could thank her for the compliment, but she kind of kept going. She stopped what she was doing and sort of turned to me and asked me if they were natural, which I think is so obvious they are, but I don't mind the question. And then I'm trying to remember if she asked if she could take my hand or if she actually just took my hand. I can't remember. Either way, it wasn't creepy. It was fine. She was an older woman, maybe 65. She looked kind of cool. She had this long red hair and a black coat. And yeah, she took my hand and she was sort of feeling down my nails going, "Wow, they are amazing." And she was saying that her nails didn't grow, but she had this beautiful long hair. And I said to her, "Well, my hair doesn't grow particularly well, but my nails do." And she said her hair grows, but her nails don't grow. People have told me that those two things are linked, but I don't believe they are, because my hair does not grow nicely. There's a question on here which I've already kind of answered. Given your experience, would you actively pursue or avoid nail fans when dating? That's the same as the question before. I actually think that's quite a good question. I really had to think about the answer. Do you sell your nail clippings? No, I have not sold any of my nail clippings. I can't decide how I feel about it. Part of it feels a bit intimate almost, but then also it really doesn't. I do keep my nail clippings when they're long. I have them here. I do keep them, so I must feel some sort of, I think it's because they take so long to grow that when they break off, I think I'm not just going to throw that away. This thumb one, so I think this is the best nail clipping I have, and it's my right thumb, which we are not drawing attention to at the moment. But this was it when it broke, probably about 3 weeks ago. And when I cut it, I did actually film a video of my cutting it, thinking if I sell this nail, I can give the video to the person who buys it. But I don't know. I'm not against it, but I'm also just not sure how I feel about it. I don't know. So I have, the answer to that question is that I have them, and it's not a definite no, but at the moment, I don't know. I just don't know. This question says, could you please talk about how strong are your nails and how much pressure can they take? I think to be able to grow your nails long, you need to have a certain amount of strength to them. But as they get ridiculously long, the way that angles work, they are just not going to be as strong. So this pinky, for example, is not as strong as this pinky. This pinky's going to do more damage than this one, just because this one's only being held on by this tiny little bit, and proportionally it's got more unsupported nail. So while I would say all my nails are pretty strong, the longer they get, the less I put pressure on them to do things, because they're just far more likely to break once they get longer. I'm not sure I fully answered that question, but there we are. Do you reinforce them with gel or special polish? which brands, or are they naturally strong? I think other people that have long nails have stronger nails than me. I think a lot of the reason my nails can get long is, yes, they're strong, but also my lifestyle is very forgiving of long nails, and I can do everything I need to do with them. I don't apply anything other than every so often I will put on the nail oil, which I do almost just for videos. I never put this stuff on of my own accord. I only ever do it on a video or before taking photos because it makes my nails look really shiny. I'm a big believer that to do with things that are natural, leaving them alone to do their own natural thing is the best policy, if that makes sense. Having said that, I am trying desperately to get my hair to grow by putting stuff on my scalp. But this is Sally Hansen Vitamin E Nail and Cuticle Oil. This is not me recommending it because I don't know if it does anything, but it does make your nails look super shiny and super nice. But to answer the question more directly, no, I don't put anything on. I hate the feeling of having nail varnish on. I would recommend other people, if they want their nails to be strong, to not wear nail varnish, but I'm not a scientist. I don't know what nail varnish does to your nails. I just know that I don't like the feeling of it, and so I don't use it very much. How long will be 30 minutes? Oh, I've gone the wrong way. Show me your toes. I've got more questions about toenails as well, actually, if I grow my toenails. No, I don't, but I would say I let my toenails get longer than what the average person lets them get. But I live in a cold country. I have to wear boots, shoes a lot of the time, and so it just wouldn't work to let my toenails be sticking out over my toes. I have posted a picture with my feet in. I've done a video with my bare feet in. It got flagged by YouTube because that's so inappropriate to have feet in a video. So you can look at those if you want to see what my feet look like. I do think I have nice feet, but no, the toenails on them are not particularly long. How do you keep them shiny? I do not think they are that shiny. I buffed these the other day, actually. It's in a video that I posted before this one, but I never do that. The only other reason they would be shiny is if they've got the oil on. Generally, I don't think they are that shiny. I don't know. Okay, this person asked about reactions to my nails. Most humorous, most charming, pleasant, or the strangest. I do not have many stories of talking about my nails in real life. I've said it so many times. People in real life do not care about my nails. They are not noticing. They are not slyly looking from across the room. Nail admiration is very, very niche, and I don't come across that many people in my life. And so I just do not have interactions with people in real life, or I do, but they're very, very few. So this year, I would say I've had the woman in the supermarket who took my hand and looked. She was probably the most full-on interaction that I've ever had with someone in real life. There was a man who worked in a shop and I was paying, and his English was very broken, but he kind of asked if they were real, and he was looking at them and kind of smirking to himself, and he seemed quite happy to be looking at my nails, and so I presume he liked long nails. I definitely got that impression, but he's the only man to ever do that and ever show any interest. Otherwise it's always been women, and generally it's just, whoa, your nails are long, how do you get them that long? I could never get mine that long, and that's the end of it. So the man in the shop, that was earlier this year, and then also earlier this year I was with a friend of a friend, and she had her 2 children were there running around, and they noticed my nails. And the question I quite often get from children is, why are your nails so long? And so this little boy asked me, why are my nails so long? and I answer generally as non-sassily as I can, but they're long because I don't cut them. And the mum made a comment that I need to stay away from waterbeds, which is a good point, but my mum had a waterbed when I was growing up in the 90s, when waterbeds were a thing. The question that children often pose to me is, why are your nails so long? And actually a little girl that lives near me, she's about 8, she asked me that very question when I was putting up Halloween decorations, and she walked past. Why are your nails so long? Why are my nails so long? I've also had friends who I don't know super well, but who I know well enough, think that my nails are fake. And if it ever comes up in conversation, if a friend says, oh, but look at her nails, and I remember specifically him saying, yes, but your nails are fake, or your nails are stick-on or something, and immediately, these are not fake. And initially he didn't believe me, and he had to have a good look and went, whoa, they are real. But in terms of the most charming or the most pleasant and the most strange, those reactions are online always. Definitely the most pleasant. Some of the compliments you guys give me are so good. I actually screenshot sometimes a comment or a DM that it just blows me away with the way that you've used words to compliment my nails. It really makes me smile. So well done, guys, you're very good with your words. So those are definitely the pleasant experiences. And again, the strangest, in real life, I haven't had any strange experiences with my nails. So it would have to be online, and just not knowing what I was letting myself in for when I start appealing to the nail fetish community and the things they say to me. I never could have predicted some of the things that I would get said to me, or even just the relationships that would form over YouTube and Instagram, and so worldwide. I've met so many people from different countries. I have very good experiences with people from America, Italy. Shout out to Sweden as well, although I'm not sure there's that many nail admirers there. There's just not many people. And then somewhere like France, I don't know, man. People in France, it hasn't gone so well with. Not to say that's everyone in France, just I haven't had the best experience with French people who like nails. So cool that I've had this opportunity to be part of this worldwide community with people in every single country. Also, I'll briefly mention that I did run into someone in real life from someone who follows me here, and that was a man. So I have had more interactions than I've said, and I don't remember them, this is the thing. But yes, I met a real life nail admirer in McDonald's, and he said to me that my nails looked even bigger in real life. And I think he's right, because when I try to take photos of them, they never look as big in the photo as they do in real life. Okay, let's look at some more questions here. Dumb question, but what's your favourite nail? That's not a dumb question, because I do have a favourite nail and it changes. But at the moment, it's this one, my right hand, right? And it's this one, the ring finger. It's just quietly got long, and I feel like my ring fingers have a really nice curve on them when they get longer. That one's not long enough to have the curve on yet. Shout out to the pinky always, because the pinky is nearly always long. So that's my favourite. I do also love when I take pictures, I love how my thumb looks when it sticks up like that because she's an absolute queen. And this one, I think this one's going to get big. She doesn't have any breaks in her or anything. And yeah, I love a picture like that with that one sticking up. And they're my strongest as well. The thumbnails are probably twice as strong as the others. But yes, my favourite nail is this one. Have you ever seen someone who has longer nails than yours? Online, yes. There's loads of them. Real life, no. Nowhere even close. I do not see anyone with long nails, man or woman. I don't think I ever have. I've never looked at someone's nails and thought, wow, they're long. I mean, it takes a lot for me to think a nail's long, but I'm talking probably like this length, but half of it. I don't think I've even seen anyone with natural nails even half that size. So no, I don't think there's many. Can you boop us with your nail? That's too cute. I'm gonna have to. It would be better if I had my pointer finger when she was Princess Pointer Finger. She's half the size now. We can boop. Boop. Let's do another boop. What finger should we do? We'll do this hand as well. Boop. That's cute. I'm going to do that to my dog later. What inspired you to grow your nails? This is difficult because nothing inspired me to grow my nails. I've just always had long nails. It's like a child having their hair long ever since they had hair and it getting long, and then when they're an adult, someone saying what inspired you to grow your hair. My nails have always been long. I've never, or not never, but I've rarely ever cut them down. I've always just let them get long, let them get to the point that they break, which in the past has been shorter than this. They would break for various reasons if I'm doing different kind of work or when my kids were smaller, but nothing really inspired me to grow them. They've just always grown long. This person says, as you grow back the left thumbnail, can you change the shape to pointy or oval? I guess you mean a right thumbnail, this little guy. I don't know how I could make such a short nail pointy, so I guess maybe you mean let it get to like this kind of length and then point it. I did that with my pinky. I pointed it and I did quite like having that pointy. I'm not sure with my thumb. I use my thumbs too much, and I use the nails on my thumbs for things as well, and I don't think having it as a point would really work for me. Let's fill that up. Just a bit. Should have used a coaster. Wow, that looks worse. How sharp are they at that length? That kind of ties in with the how strong are they at this length. My nails are all very sharp, not in the shape they are here, but in the fact that they seem to just thin out at the end a little bit, which really gives them like a knife type dagger-esque-ness to them. And that doesn't change as they get longer. The shorter ones would be more powerful because you can get behind them more. You've got the strength of your finger behind them more. But yeah, the long ones just stay super sharp because the older the nail gets at the end, the more it seems to slightly thin out, which makes it like slicey. I thought this was a good question. They asked, do you have a nail fetish? The answer to that is no, I do not. And so, as I said before, I'm trying to cater to both ASMR relaxation and also nail fetish as well. I would say my Instagram is more focused on just the nails and trying to get good pictures of them. So on Instagram, I am trying to tap into what I think nail admirers would like to see, definitely. And I learned that just from seeing what other women post and talking to you guys about ideas and things that you would like. So I know I don't have a nail fetish, but I do occasionally try to get into the mind of a nail fetish to get ideas. Your nail growth story, there's really not a story to it. They've always been long. Sometimes they're really long, sometimes they're a little bit long. Just leave them. Have you ever used your nails as self-defense? The one story that I've told here before is scratching a boy at school when he had annoyed me. It wasn't self-defense because he wasn't doing anything to me other than annoying me. And I scratched his neck, but that was the only time really. I don't know if I should say this. I was at a bar actually the weekend just gone, and without going into too much detail, I was arguing with someone, a man. We'd both had a drink, so we were being a little bit slurry, but he made a comment about being a little bit physical, how a man might use that in a sort of throwaway way. And I don't want to say too much because it was fine and it ended up nothing happened. But my immediate reaction to come back to his very slight threat of violence to me was, I went like this with my hand. I said, I will gouge your eyeballs out. And then he started having a little cry to his friends saying, she's just threatened me, she's just threatened me. Whereas actually he threatened me first. I just said I'd gouge his eyeballs out. I wouldn't have done it. Did you have a long-nailed role model when you were young? Who inspired you to grow your nails long? I have such boring answers to these questions. I don't know anyone else who grows their nails long. Actually, there's another question that I can tie this in. Does anyone else in my family have long nails? No. But since I started doing this channel, my sister is growing her nails more. And I would say her nails have always been longer than average, but nowhere near what any of mine are. Whereas hers are now sort of almost this length, all of them, or most of them. So now I have someone in my family who's growing her nails, but she's doing it because of me and this channel. But no one in my family grows their nails. My mum's nails do not grow well. I don't remember my dad having long nails particularly. So certainly not a long-nailed role model. No way. Can you say my name in your video? My name is Sina. Hi. Okay. Can you tell us about the feelings with the pointy nail? So I made this one really sharp, like super sharp. I'll try and remember to put a thing there for my sharp pinky. I sharpened it on a video. And that's actually an interesting question because it did feel very different. When I would scratch my skin with my regular nail, it would feel one kind of way. And then with this one, it was different. What was it like? It was just very claw-like, like when you get scratched by a cat or a small creature with very sharp claws. It felt much more like that, much more like a claw. What's your dream length? Just as long as they'll get, that's not ridiculous. If they were all this length, I think that would be really cool. I'd really like to see them all that length. But it's not a dream, it's just, I'm really happy with how they look, so I don't know. Always wear thumb ring on your long nailed thumb. Ooh, okay. What should we go for? I haven't done this one much. Let's do this one. Chunky. I actually think it looks, oh, that's way too big. I have very skinny fingers, so finding rings that fit me snug is difficult. There we are, thumb ring. Will you grow them longer? Yes, always. What made you grow your long fingernails? I can't answer that. They've always been long. Okay, we're on the last page of questions. Times you've wanted to scratch someone. I don't want to scratch someone. The story I just told you, that wasn't scratching. That was, I've got weapons and I will use them. But it wasn't scratching. I don't know that I'm not that into wanting to scratch someone unless someone wanted me to scratch them. Someone I was close to and felt comfortable with. If they wanted me to scratch them, I would absolutely do it. That's never happened, so I don't know how I would feel. I imagine I would quite like to give that experience if I was able to. But for now, I've never have, so. OnlyFans. I can't stop on OnlyFans. There's plenty of girls out there with long nails with OnlyFans, so I would push you in their direction. Are there any volunteers to record a scratching video? Are your children willing to do it? I would never put my children on the internet. I have a very good friend and I would love for her to be in a scratching video, just light scratching. But it may come in the future, but I don't know. What would your reaction be if one day you woke up and saw your longest nail was broken while you were asleep? I have dreams about that. I have dreams about that probably once a fortnight. I have a dream that my nails have broken or someone cut my nail. So it's obviously on my mind a lot. What would I think? I would be annoyed, but nails do randomly break. I've broken many nails, just look down, suddenly they're broken, and I had no idea how it happened. So it could be real life one day. I don't think I'm that active in my sleep to break a nail, but who knows? If it happens, I will tell you. Let's put some rings on and then I will go because this is the longest video ever made. So listen, guys, thank you for being here with me on this weird little journey of a year on YouTube, posting videos of my nails. It's super cool that you stuck around. Some of you literally have been here from the beginning, and I promise you, I know who you are, the ones who have been commenting from the beginning. Honestly, I know who you are. So thank you very much. And thank you for everyone's kind words. I've never been complimented in quite the way I get complimented here. So thank you so much. And I'm going to keep on doing this because why not?